Hi, my name is Lindy Luttrell, and today I'm going to be explaining our research study titled Examining College Students' Significant Learning in the Integration Domain After Completing the StrengthsFinder and Student Leadership Practice Inventory. Our team included myself, Dr. Summer Odom, Dr. Barry Boyd, and Dr. Allison Dunn. The purpose of this study was to examine how students apply and integrate their learning by identifying the connections made between their strengths and frequency of leadership behaviors. If we want our students to actively practice leadership after they graduate from our programs, we need to ensure they have experienced significant learning leading to a permanent change in student behavior. If students are not applying what they are learning inside of the classroom, then as leadership educators, we need to do our best to fill in that gap. The background behind this study was critical thinking is a sought-after skill in the workplace. Challenging students to integrate knowledge spurs critical thinking. Significant learning is a taxonomy that goes beyond cognitive learning, leading to a permanent change in student behavior comprised of 6 different domains, which you can see to the left. These domains include foundational knowledge, application, integration, human dimension, caring, and learning to learn. The integration domain, which was the primary focus of this study, occurs when students see connections between ideas, people, and life. It challenges students to make connections between different course material and apply it to their lives. The StrengthsFinder philosophy states that focusing on one's area of natural talent will yield better results than focusing on overcoming weakness. This online assessment measures 34 natural talent areas. The Student Leadership Practice Inventory, commonly referred to as the SLPI, was developed for college students and measures 5 practices of leadership. These 5 practices include model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. Our strengths impact our normal behaviors, and thus it seems reasonable that our natural strengths impact our leadership behaviors and practices. The methodology used for this study is as follows. Students completed the SLPI and StrengthsFinder assessment as part of their course assignments in a personal leadership course. Following each assessment, lecture material was further provided to explain the content of the assessments. Through an extra credit opportunity, students were asked to describe the connection between each of the 5 practices of exemplary leaders and their top 5 strengths. There was a total of 25 reflections in the face-to-face section and 16 reflections in the online section, for a total of 41 reflections used for analysis. Using content analysis, reflections were collected and coded by hand. Each strength the student mentioned in correspondence with the practice of a highly effective leader was documented with the student supporting evidence and explanation. Under the results section, you will find some quotes for each of the practices that really stood out and exemplified the integration domain. For Model the Way, student 13 wrote, in regards to adaptability, I will be able to demonstrate that small bumps in the road of a project does not mean that it was a failure. For Challenge the Process, student 20 said, in regards to focus, I focus on what needs to be done, but I typically find a new strategy or plan to finish it. I like to overcome challenges when completing tasks. For Encourage the Heart, student 33 wrote, in regards to ideation, you can use ideas to motivate and encourage. Student 13 wrote about consistency. I think that this could make me less effective at encouraging the heart because I feel a need to treat everyone the same. We found this quote to be extremely interesting because this student thought critically about their strength and what about that strength might make it more difficult for them to practice this leadership behavior often. For Inspire a Shared Vision, student 5 wrote in regards to analytical, these leaders believe that they can make a difference, visualize the future, create an idea and unique vision of what an organization's potential can become. In regards for Inspired a Shared Vision, student 14 wrote in regards to woo, which is winning others over. Woo allows me to get the trust of others to see the same goals that I do. For enable others to act, student 12 said in regard to activator, part of my natural strength is to help people turn words or thoughts into actions that start pushing them to meet the goal or task that they have set. This was just a small sample of some of the quotes that shows that students were able to integrate what they learned about the 5 practices of effective leaders and their strengths. From this study, we came to some conclusions. The first was that students were able to integrate their learning after completion of leadership assessments, assigned readings, and presented lecture material. Further research should be conducted examining the other domains of Fink's taxonomy, and these domains include foundational knowledge, application, human dimensions, caring, and learning to learn. Students have the ability to think critically about their strengths. Some students made connections with numerous strengths when only asked to explain one. Students realize how their strengths can make excelling in a specific leadership practice challenging. Further research should be conducted about how students think critically about the relationship between their strengths and leadership practices. The final conclusion is that leadership educators have a better understanding of how students think about their strengths, leadership practices, and application to their lives. This practice could allow leadership educators to help their students better understand their natural talents through past students' points of view and experiences. Thank you.